What's up guys, Kai TV here. In today's video I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be going over my top 10 games of 2025. Games that released in 2025 that I've played and either mentioned before or going to mention now in this list. So not all these games on this list you will obviously not agree with, because not all games I played in 2025. There were so many games in 2025 that came out that I just didn't have the time to play because I either played something else or was just busy with life. So yeah, these are the top 10 games of 2025. My opinion, the games that I were able to play that came out in that year, in 2025. I said 2025 a million times already. Let me just shut up and start the video. Now for number 10 spot, this might be a controversial pick, but I am putting Killing Floor 3 on here. And I know a lot of people consider this one of the worst or most disappointing games of the year. But for me, I really enjoyed my time with this game. I think this is like a chill game where you can turn your mind off and just kill zombies or Zeds, whatever they call them in the game. And it feels pretty good. I think the gunplay and overall gameplay is pretty decent and solid. It's just that there's a lot of things missing in this game from the other previous Killing Floors, especially like the vibe and stuff. But hopefully over time with updates they really fix it and make it better. But you know, like at the same time, man, there's just so many other like multiplayer games that are competing right now where it's going to be really hard for Killing Floor 3 really match up with Killing Floor 2 or like any other like big multiplayer game out there right now. So it's kind of like a 50-50 on how this game will land in the future. But I really did enjoy my time with this game. I put like I was like my top 5 most played games this year. If you saw my short, it was like the 4th most played game this year. I put around like a little over 80 hours in the game. I really enjoyed playing this game alone and with friends. Both really had a fun time, even though yeah, this game has a ton of issues and I completely understand. Me personally, I had a fun time. This is like one of my big highlights of this year is playing Killing Floor 3, and it was one of the videos that started this channel. I really want to start YouTube eventually. It's always been like I guess it sounds like really cliche and corny to say, but I've always wanted to do YouTube when I was young, and like this is the first video on the channel was on Killing Floor 3. So for also that fact as well, it kind of holds a special place for me. Killing Floor 3 in 2025, it really led to opening the channel. Total chaos, man. This game is so slept on. Like, not enough people talk about this game. It is so good. Like, this is one of the best horror games of this year for sure. And the fact that not a lot of people are talking about it really sucks. Like, this game is, if you didn't know, was a Doom 2 mod. And it was made into like official game recently with a lot of like fixes and improvements. Like, this game can really get you at times. The atmosphere is great. The story is interesting. The overall gameplay and melee combat is pretty decent as well. The inventory and crafting is solid. And I would really suggest this to anyone, especially if you like Cry of Fear. I feel like this game feels a lot like Cry of Fear as well. And I think Cry of Fear is one of like the scariest games I played. And this is really up there with like one of like the scariest horror games really out there. And I think it's definitely like the scariest game of the year for sure. Like, this game will get you at times. And yeah, also the audio and soundtrack is pretty good as well. It's the same composer as Silent Hill, like the original Silent Hill game. So he did like the composer and like the music and stuff for this game. So this game sounds really good as well. Total Chaos, man, check this one out. And if you're on Xbox, it's also on Game Pass. I got it on like the PC Game Pass, so I pretty much got this game for free. Number 8, we have another survival horror game, that being Chronos: The New Dawn. I really enjoyed Chronos. I really enjoyed the gameplay, the story, the atmosphere, and the setting. It was like this cool like little mystery going on. You're slowly unraveling everything as it goes on. And I really enjoy that about the game. I also think the gameplay and the enemies are really well made too. I think it's definitely one of Blooper Team's like best games besides like the Silent Hill 2 remake. Because usually the other Blooper games that I played, like the Blooper Team games, the studio that makes this game, their other games I wasn't really the biggest fan of, like the Medium and I forgot the name of the other one they made, but I wasn't like really the biggest fan of those games when I played it. So I was kind of very skeptical when this game was coming out. I got it because one of my YouTuber friends, shout out Totally Tuber Jonathan, he got me a review code for this game. So I was able to get it completely for free. So shout out to him again. And I really enjoyed this game. Like, I really had a great time with it. I really think it is, a lot better than Silent Hill F. And I made a whole video about that. But like, yeah, I really enjoyed Chronos: New Dawn. It was like a big relief after coming off of Silent Hill F, because Silent Hill F I kind of felt a bit disappointed on a lot of the parts. Besides, like the story and atmosphere being really good, the gameplay in this game is great. This game really knows how to be a survival horror game. It really feels like a mix of like different like games of survival horror. Like it feels a mix of like Resident Evil and like Silent Hill and Dead Space. Like those, it feels like those three games came together, and this is like big inspiration from those games. And if you like Dead Space or Resident Evil or Silent Hill or any sort of like third-person survival horror game, definitely check this one out. It's definitely worth it, especially if you love the sci-fi theme. I love the sci-fi theme; it's one of my favorite themes in gaming and in media in general. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Now for a number 7 spot, we have Battlefield 6, mostly just for the multiplayer, because I still have not gotten around to the campaign that everyone claims is terrible, but I doubt it's as bad as Black Ops 7's campaign, let me just say that. I haven't played it yet. I heard it's kind of buggy and it's kind of just mid. I don't think it's gonna be that bad when I get to it, if I ever do at this point, because I got so many games I'm playing. But like, let me stop yapping about the campaign and me not playing it. The multiplayer is what is like the bread and butter of this game. Besides the battle royale, which I thought was kind of just mediocre and just whatever, they're trying to get more sales and people to come in to try it. Yeah, the battle royale campaign aside, the multiplayer in this game I thought was so good that it was worthy to put on a top 10, and it was worthy for a lot of praise and awards it's gotten. Like honestly, I think that the multiplayer really feels like you're stepping back into like the 2010s multiplayer era, because this game plays just like the old Battlefield 3 and 4 games, and that's great. That's what the genre needed, was go back to form, and it did, and I think it did it really well. The only problem I'd say with the multiplayer I have is the progression for some of the guns kind of take a little bit too long, but they did fix that with they fixed the challenge system, and they'll probably eventually fix like the weapon progression, because I feel like it takes way too long to unlock some of these attachments and camos. That's like one of the only problems, and also the maps kind of feel a little bit like smaller than they should be. Like Battlefield is known for these large scale maps, and the developers really need to understand that, where that is the root of Battlefield, are these big open maps with chaos. Some of the maps are big and play good, some of them are just a little bit too small and kind of disappointing. But even like the small maps, I still find myself enjoying because of how good the gunplay and everything just feels. It really just feels like Battlefield 3 and 4 gameplay, like with its modernized controls and other like quality of life improvements. I really like shapes it into what it is, and I think it's great. And I really enjoyed my time with Battlefield 6, and I really hope the future updates get better, because I've seen a lot of people online discussing how the game's kind of like slowly dying. I don't think it's slowly dying, but I think it can make a comeback if they just add like more maps and weapons that people just come running back, because main gameplay is really just that good. If they add a lot of like the fan favorite maps back from previous games, or just make better and larger maps, because the new maps they released weren't really that good. I played them, they were just okay. But if they just make a little bit better maps, and I think they are listening to the feedback, they mentioned that they're going to bring back like naval combat, they're going to bring bigger maps. That's what I've heard. I don't know how true that is. Those are just rumors. I heard they also hired like a new map designer for like the future maps to make them better. And that's going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward to see where Battlefield 6 ends in the future. Like I really want to see where it goes. And I still have high hopes for this game. I love Battlefield. Battlefield has a special place in my heart. I love Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, Bad Company 2. I love all the Battlefield games. I might have to do a ranking of all the Battlefield games, honestly. Number 6 is Split Fiction. I really enjoyed this one. I actually enjoyed this game more than I enjoyed It Takes Two. I think this is actually a lot better than It Takes Two. Maybe the story and like the message behind it is not as good, but I still think the characters and story is pretty decent. It's pretty much like these two characters, one of them's like a fantasy theme, the other one's sci-fi, and there's a big corporate guy who's like the bad guy trying to steal their ideas, and they both get stuck in their own ideas, and pretty much they learn more about each other, and you learn more about them, and they get along more and more when the game goes through, and they end up becoming, really good friends. And that's not really the main point of this game. Is the story. The story is just, I think, just decent, but the gameplay and the set pieces are so fun. Especially like the sci-fi ones are my favorite. Like one of my favorite ones is like one of the first levels where you're riding the bike and other guys on the phone. That shit was so fun, and it's so much fun when you're playing, of course, with a friend that you know really well. I played with one of my closest friends, and it was a blast. Like we really had a great time with this game. We played it from start to finish. And that's kind of rare for most of my friends, not gonna lie, because we don't really finish games that much. But we finished this one, and it was a great time. Number 5, this might be another controversial take, but for number 5 is Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, the remake. Now, the reason why I'm putting this on my list is pretty much because this is my first time experiencing Metal Gear Solid 3. I was planning to play the OG, and then I heard the remake's coming out, so I was like, okay, let me play, 1 and 2, and then I get to the remake. And I played the remake, and I enjoyed it. I understand a lot of hate with like the game running kind of bad, but for me, it didn't really run that bad, like that much. But the performance is still kind of an issue. Unreal Engine 5. Oh man, Unreal Engine 5. They need to go back to Unreal 4 or 3. But anyways, performance issues is there, but I think the remake is pretty solid. The gameplay feels a lot like Phantom Pain and like the OG, like 3, like all in one in this modernized experience, and I really enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed like the story, the goofy villains and characters, just about pretty much everything I really enjoyed about this game besides like like the performance issues here and there. I think this is a really well-made remake and a really faithful one as well. You can also play the game like how it usually played, like with like the filter and the fixed cameras. I like how they allow you to do that too. I played the modernized one where the remake was like built on, but like you can also play that mode too if you want to, which is really cool. And yeah, I really enjoyed this one a lot, and I really hope they make more remakes, like remake 1 or 2. I think a remake of 1 would be like really cool. Like I think 1 needs a remake, even though I love 1 a lot. It's probably one of my favorite Metal Gear Solids. I think it would be good for a remake, especially because it's like a PlayStation 1 game, Now for number 4, we have Arcraiders. Man, this is my most successful video on this channel, is Arcraiders. I love this game. I think this is like the best extraction shooter. I think it gets the genre of extraction shooters and actually makes it good. I've tried other extraction shooters in the past, like Escape from Tarkov, Arena Breakout, and some other ones I probably forgot. And I really didn't enjoy them that much until I played Arcraiders, and I was like, damn, this is low-key like genre defining, because it gets in like overly done genre that's been kind of like not doing as well, and they got it and they made it like actually good. In my opinion, I think Arcraiders is a great game. Even if you don't like extraction shooters, you would probably play this and enjoy it. I have never met someone who's played this game and didn't really enjoy it. Even like people who are just not fan of multiplayer games really enjoy this game. That's really how good it is, because it's a really good mix of PvE and PvP. With most other extraction shooters, it's mostly PvP. In this game, you can end up making friends with a lot of people, killing these big ass robots, and it is a ton of fun. And yeah, I still come back to this game here and there, and yeah, they just had another update for it too, adding like a new map, new enemies, snow environment now, which is cool. Like already, and this game just came out. They're doing really good. Embark, shout out Embark. Great studio. They used to work for like DICE and EA. They're former Battlefield developers, so like they went competing head on head with Battlefield 6, which is pretty funny. And they're actually winning the battle. Like they're really fighting against Battlefield 6, and they're proving to be the better game at this point with the player numbers. And yeah, Arcraiders, low-key a banger. Embark Studios, AA studio, and they did all this. It's impressive. Like these are really talented, impressive devs, and I know I've glazed them a couple times before because I really enjoy the finals as well. It's another great game they made, and another game I played a lot of the time this year. And but yeah, Arcraiders is definitely their best piece of work, and I'm really rooting for them. Number 3 is a game that I don't believe I mentioned on this channel yet, and that is Haste. Haste is an indie game, kind of like a roguelike, and I know that turns off a lot of people, like, oh, another roguelike. The roguelike elements in this game are really not that major, but like the actual gameplay is so addicting and fun. I was playing this game straight for like just weeks, man. Like when I first, like the beginning of 2025, Oh man, this game was so good. This is such a great game, and the fact that it didn't win any like nomination for indie game is kind of just like damn, like this should have won something. Like this was such a banger of a game, and it's so slept on. I think it's so slept on. If you don't know what haste is, it is like Sonic kind of, but you can't jump, so you're racing down these hills and flying off them, and you're just like trying to hit as fast as you can to get through the level, and you're also dodging obstacles and explosions, and it is very exhilarating and fun. I really suggest this game to anyone, especially if you're a fan of Sonic. Also, the soundtrack of this game is pretty fire. The only thing I'm not really the biggest fan of, I guess, is like, I think the story and characters are kind of just, they're kind of just there. And I wasn't really paying too much attention to it as well, so I can't really say much about it either. I was just so like, man, I just really like the game, like the gameplay. Like that's what I really liked about this game. The gameplay loop was excellent. This game is so slept on. Play Haste if you haven't. Such a great game, so much fun, and a ton of replayability. And yeah. Now for number 2, we have Tokyo Extreme Racer. Now this game, this is another game that is being slept on like so hard. I feel like even if you look at the reviews, people are like, bro, this game's so good, even for like, because most people don't like racing games. And this is also kind of a hard sell for this game because it's a racing game. It feels like nowadays not too many people are into racing games, but like I enjoy racing games. A decent amount of people out there like racing games, and this game is a banger, man. This game is one of the best racing games I played in the past like 5 to 10 years, and it's one of the best racing games I've played, period. Like this game is so good, like, and it's not even like the main gameplay is good. Let me explain the main gameplay. The main gameplay is you flash your headlight at another car, you race them. It doesn't sound that fun until you play it, because the racing, it feels pretty solid, and it can get really intense, especially if you play on like, if you play the game, I suggest playing on like the challenge mode, like the harder difficulty, because these races get really intense. So pretty much you 1v1 these random cars around this like little open world, and you're just racing them. And I know this doesn't sound like crazy, but it is fun. Like it is really fun and addicting. You just want to keep going and going, not just because the racing feels good. It's also because the progression and how the game works. So pretty much you're 1v1ing people, and they have like health bars. So it's like you're 1v1ing like bosses and stuff. So you're trying to like go in front of them, cut in front of them, and you have like special perks too. Like some perks like will make it easier for you to do more damage when you're like closer to them from the front. And like, so pretty much how you take away health is like if they cut in front of you or get in front of you, you lose health. So you're like constantly like in this battle of like just getting in front of them, and it's actually so much fun. And it's like this little mini boss run you're just doing over and over, and it's a ton of fun. And sometimes it gets really challenging, especially near the end. Like there were times I was just struggling and like cutting through traffic, making sure I'm not braking or hitting anything. I'm trying hard to catch up with some of these cars, because these cars go zooming and they can leave you in the smoke. Like it gets crazy. I don't want to say too much about this game because I do want to do a whole video about it, but it's pretty much a racing RPG. You get like perks, you can like upgrade your health, your damage, skills. You can change cars to a ton of different cars. There's Honda, Toyota, like Lexus, like what isn't there? And they're all like actual named real cars, and it's so cool. I love it. I can't stop blazing this game. Let me shut up because I do want to save a lot of this for an actual video, because I do plan on my next video to be about this game. Now, before I get to number 1, I want to do honorable mentions. Now, my first honorable mention is Pro Skater 3 and 4. I really enjoyed the 3 part of it, like the first part you play, but 4, for me, kind of felt like a letdown. I feel like 4 was kind of like not really like the original 4. You don't go around the map talking NPCs to getting missions. Instead, it plays like the 2 to 3 minute timer where you're just going around the map and doing the objectives like how 3, 2, and 1 was. And 4 doesn't play like that in the original if you play the original, so they got the whole like system out, and I kind of didn't like that. And also they got like, they redid some of the maps, or like got rid of some of them, I think. And I just wasn't a fan of that really. But I think the overall gameplay is still pretty good. I just think another honorable mention is Silksong. Now I know what you're probably thinking, how the hell is Silksong not in your top 10? First of all, it's not because I don't like the game. Second of all, I just didn't put enough time in this game. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't put enough time in it. Like, I only put 3 hours in this game. I enjoyed what I played so far. I know it gets better and more you play. But like, I haven't really gotten myself to come back to it yet. But I really do eventually in 2026. I want to get back to Silksong and eventually beat it. Because I really enjoyed the first Hollow Knight a lot. So I'll probably enjoy this one a lot too. I just need to get more used to it. I need to come back to it. But that's the reason why it's not on the list, is because I haven't put that much time into it. Another game I didn't put enough time to it is Borderlands 4. I put like a decent amount of time of it, but I haven't fully completed the game. And like, I haven't like gotten as much time with it as I really want to really say what I want to say about it. But I really, so far, because I just started playing this game with my friend recently. We got it on sale on Steam. I've been enjoying it, really. It's just that like, I just have not put enough time into it to really say what I want to say about it. Because, you know, maybe the game will get worse and worse the more you play. You never know. Like, I've been enjoying it so far, and I think it's better the more you play. But you never know. It might flip on its head later on. But what I'll say about it is I think the gameplay is some of the best in the Borderlands. Like, the gameplay feels like Destiny and like Borderlands 3, but better. That's what it feels like to me, like the gameplay. The open world side, I'm not like the hugest fan of. I think the open world is kind of okay. I would have been fine if they stuck with like the normal like one where you just like teleport to each part of the map. Like, I was fine with that. They made an open world in this game. Not really the craziest fan of that, but it's kind of just whatever. Something I also do not like about this game is the Unreal Engine 5, because this game runs so... This is like probably the worst running game of 2025. Like, it is really not that good. There's so many like good games that came out that like ran bad. Like, you know, Metal Gear Solid 3, for example. It wasn't that bad when I played it, but like, dude, Borderlands 4, it's so bad. Like, I need frame generation to play this. That's how you know it's bad when it runs. But I think the overall gameplay and the story is pretty solid, and it's definitely worth your time. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I played the first one. I loved it. I feel like if I played the second one, I'll probably love it even more. But I haven't gotten to it yet. It's like a over like 60 to 80 hour game. And I haven't really been playing that many like RPGs too much this year in 2025. In 2026, I'm changing that. I'm going to do a lot more RPGs I'm going to be playing this year. This is like the year of RPGs for 2026 for me. I'm going to be doing a lot of RPGs, and this is one of the games I'm going to get to eventually this year. And I'm really looking forward to it. I really wish I played it in 2025 though, because it would have probably made the top 5 or 10 for sure, because I love the first one. I'm probably going to love the second one. Now, the last game I want to mention for honorable mentions is Silent Hill F. The gameplay, it's rough. I don't really like the combat. It's too forced on, and a lot of the enemies you fight again and again and again. It's not too much variety, but I do think the puzzles are really good. The atmosphere is good. The story is great. It's just that it falls really flat when it comes to the main gameplay, which is very disappointing, especially for me, because I'm a really big Silent Hill fan. So I was really looking forward to this game. And it feels like it focuses too much on what Silent Hill was never really known for. That is the combat. It kind of feels like a mix of like trying to be like Silent Hill normal combat, but also like a Souls-like. It doesn't really know what it wants to be. And I wasn't really just a big fan of that. But everything else, I think, hits pretty well. I'd still suggest this game, especially if you're a Silent Hill fan. Number 1 is Expedition 33. I think everyone kind of saw this coming. This is most people's number 1. This game's great. I love the gameplay. I love the story. I love the characters. I love the graphics. I love the art style. I love the plot. This is one of the best plots of stories I've seen in a video game. I'm not going to say too much about the story and plot. I don't want to spoil. I'm always scared of spoiling something. But, oh man, I can glaze this game on and on. But I feel like this game has gotten maybe too much glaze, because it won so many awards at the Game Awards. Like, it's insane. Like, this game won Game of the Year, Best Indie Game, which I felt kind of sucks because there's so many other good indie games that I feel like it deserved. Like, you know, hey, like I mentioned before. It won Soundtrack of the Year, which it deserved. Honestly, I love the soundtrack. Another thing about this game, I love the soundtrack. This game's like a 10 out of 10 for me. I love this game so much. Like, the gameplay, especially the gameplay, feels so solid. Like, this is the best turn-based game you will ever play, like, gameplay-wise. Like, it's so engaging, you know? Like, it really changes the formula for turn-based gameplay, in my opinion. Even though, like, yeah, other games done it before. Like, I believe, Super Mario RPG has done it, and the Paper Mario games has like similar things with it, where like, oh, you press this button to hit it, and it's like a better damage or whatever. But they also do different things, like you have to block by yourself, you have to counter by yourself, you have to dodge by yourself. Like, it makes it like a lot more engaging. It's not like you're just commanding them to do shit, like how people complain about turn-based, where it's like, oh, you have to tell them what to do. It's not very engaging. This game is hella engaging. It's hella fun. And people who hate turn-based games will play this game and be like, damn, this shit's low-key good. Because it's really that good. Like, I really think it's really that good. Expedition 33 deserves the flowers it gets. Even though it's gotten too much at the Game Awards and kind of feels a little bit overglazed. And that overglazing kind of forms hate for it because a lot of the other games kind of got snubbed. So that kind of sucks. But what they say about Expedition 33 is not a lie. It's a masterpiece. It truly is a masterpiece. It's like it's one of my favorite games I played of all time, honestly. It's really that good. I love this game. I really can't find one thing really bad about it, honestly. Well, that'll be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed the top 10. I tried to do something different today because, I've seen a lot of other channels, recently been doing their top 10 or top 20 or whatever, like favorite games. That's been like a recent trend I've seen on a couple channels. So I was like, I'm just do my own. Like, I really want to share my opinion out there about the games I played this year and which ones I enjoyed the most. And yeah, get a little review. And I don't know, I feel like I've been yapping a lot today. That'll be it for today's video. It's been Kaya TV. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. And we'll see what my top 10 games are 2026 will be in 2027.